Welcome back to the channel. Think about liking and maybe even subscribing. So I'm loving the news that Zelda Skyward Sword remake sold out, #1. I'm also loving the news that it was $60 and it's sold out. Let's talk about a $70 brand new IP for this generation for the PlayStation 5. Not a brand new IP, but the first brand new AAA IP, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Sold out, #1 at $70. Let's talk about the fact that a console just hit 10 million units sold, faster than its previous generation console and faster than a console in its family that is the #1 selling console of all time, reaching 10 million faster than that console and the PlayStation 4. Let's talk about the fact that the Xbox Series consoles won an NPD in terms of dollar sales, not units sold. So what does this all mean? Well, you're probably going to see videos either saying that 10 million PlayStation 5 units sold means Xbox is done, or you're going to see videos that say units sold isn't really important and it's all about engagement. Both would be wrong. What this news actually means is that console gaming is alive and well. The idea that 3 billion mobile gamers is going to crush the market for console gamers, the idea that streaming is going to crush the market, the idea that there are so many phones out there, people are just going to want those experiences on their phones and stream them, and that's going to cut into hardware sales for consoles, the traditional model. The idea that there are handhelds now more powerful than some consoles of the past is going to somehow kill consoles. None of that is true. What's true is there's a market for consoles. People are buying them. People want them. People want to buy a box, take it home, put it underneath their television, their big 4K television, and they want content to show off that new console and that new television. So I love this news, and I don't see it as validation of the PlayStation 5 being better than the Xbox, or the Xbox somehow catching up and going to somehow surpass the PlayStation brand worldwide this generation, because that's never going to happen. And I certainly don't see the idea of streaming or mobile tablets and phones and just ancillary experiences cutting into the console space, because if that was going to happen, we certainly wouldn't have a console selling more than its predecessor and on track, not only selling more than its predecessor day and date, but also selling more day and date than the #1 selling console of all time. So this is great news all around for console gamers, and I'm one of them. I love the idea of a console. I love the idea of the connection you have with it. I love the idea of the company that makes it, creating great exclusive games for it, those IPs, the excitement that goes along with waiting for them. I love it. And this is validation that none of it is getting weaker. It's actually stronger than it's ever been. So think about the peanut gallery screaming about Nintendo releasing an old game that's up-resed, a remake for $60. Think about people screaming about $70 games. It's a bubble. It's always going to be a bubble, and you think that it's the larger market, but it isn't, I promise you. Take a step away from social media. Take a step away from YouTube. There's a larger market in gaming that has nothing to do with the insular bubble that most people are in surrounding gaming in 2021. And this proves it. People want great games, even old games made to feel new on new hardware. People are going to gravitate towards. They're going to gravitate towards new, exclusive AAA games like Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart for $70, and they're going to purchase it and make it #1, even though all you may be hearing is how nobody wants $70 games in your little bubble that you think is this big world. But I promise you, it's extremely small. So I'm extremely, extremely happy that console gaming is alive and well. I love the fact that people are clamoring to get PlayStation 5s. I love the fact that they propelled it to 10 million units sold faster than any other console in history. I love the fact that the Xbox just won an NPD, albeit dollar sales, so we don't know how many hardware units were sold of the Xbox, but let's assume that people want the hardware as well. So console gaming isn't going anywhere. In fact, it's bucking every trend. It is growing. It's expanding. People want hardware and they want software to show it off, and they love it, just like they always have. And no matter what current trend may be coming along, no matter what option you're given for the future, console gaming isn't going anywhere, and I love it. So let me know what you think in the comment section about this news. And there actually is no way that any of this can be sort of negated. It's great news all around. I love it. I love that people want the hardware. I love that the ideas and the things that I hold dear when it comes to console gaming, the actual gaming market, not, again, social media bubbles that seem huge but really aren't. I love the fact that every generation, gamers and people who want consoles, people who want those experiences that I had when I was younger, consistently stay the same. There are many more distractions, many more options now, but they are not degrading the console experience. They're not degrading the want for hardware or degrading the want for great software to show off that hardware. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.